Okay, so in this video I'm going to look at dividing fractions. So previously we did multiplying fractions, and we know that division is the opposite of multiplication. So if we start from this premise, if we have a half times a half, or half of a half, that's going to give us 1 times 1, which is 1, and 2 times 2, which is a quarter. Now, when we divide fractions, I should be able to take this quarter and divide it by a half and get a half. So if I take a quarter and divide by a half, my answer should be a half. But how do we get that? So what we actually do is we take this part here and perform a little manipulation. So the opposite to divide is multiply, and the opposite, or the reciprocal, of a half is 2 over 1. So instead of dividing by a half, we're going to multiply by 2 over 1. So I will write this out as a quarter times 2 over 1. So the divide becomes a times, and the half becomes 2 over 1. So when we multiply that, we get 1 times 2 is 2, 4 times 1 is 4, and we find the number that goes into both of these, which is 2, so we can divide that by 2 to give us 2, and divide that by 2 to give us 1, so our answer is a half, which is the answer that we would expect. A quarter divided by half gives us a half. So let's have a look at another example. 3/4 divided by 2/3. Same process. I'll just move that up a bit. We take the second half of the sum. So we write out the first half, 3/4. That never changes. Instead of the divide, we write it times 2 over 3. The reciprocal is 3 over 2. Then we multiply them together. 3 times 3 is 9. 4 times 2 is 6. Then we can simplify this. So 3 goes into that twice, and 3 goes into that 3 times, which is 3 over 2, and we know that that is equal to 1 and a half. Don't forget to simplify it. So it looks complex, but once you do that, multiply and the reciprocal, it's pretty straightforward, because timesings was easy as well. So what happens if we have a mixed number? So 1 and a half divided by 3/4. So in this case, just like multiply, we can't divide by a mixed number, so we need to turn this into an improper fraction. 2 times 1 is 2, plus 1 is 3, 3 over 2, and instead of, if this was a mixed number, we'd have to convert that as well, but it's not, so we just go 2 and 4 over 3. We can actually eliminate this here, so we can eliminate the 3. 3 into 3 goes once, 3 into 3 goes once, 2 into 2 goes once, 2 into 4 goes twice. So now we have 1 times 2, which is 2, over 1, which is 2. 2 wholes. So 1 and a half divided by 3/4 is 2. And if you think about it, if I had 3/4 of a pie, and I had 2 of them, that would give me 1 and a half pies. Okay, so the only other thing that we need to have a quick look at is if I have a whole number. So if I have 2 divided by a half, by looking at that, you probably already know what the answer is, but we'll still do the process. 2 is the same as 2 over 1, so we have 2 over 1 times, now we do the reciprocal of this, 2 over 1, 2 times 2 is 4 over 1, which is 4. You know that 2 divided by a half, or how many times does a half go into 2? 4 times. So that's our answer. So dividing by fractions isn't as hard as it first might seem. So good luck with that. and good luck with your test when you get to it.